All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. And I am going to be reviewing for you today The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. And OMG, did this book come out of nowhere and surprise the out of me? I loved every single word of this. And how did it take me so long to discover this book? I mean, I've seen it in the bookstore over and over. I've seen, it's a famous book. I mean, it's a big selling book. Seems like everybody on the planet has read it but me. I mean, it came out in 2012, so I've had plenty of time to get around to it. And I just now did, and I had deprived myself of this wonderful work of literature for so long. My God, sometimes I can just be a dumbass. But we've rectified that. And I've immediately bought the other Madeline Miller historical novel, and we'll be reading and reviewing that one pretty damn soon also. So let's talk about the cover first, because you know I love graphic design and cover illustration. I think this cover is dope. Anytime a cover has gold foil on it, and the gold foil is shiny and cool looking, I'm on board. And this cover is nothing but gold foil. I mean, it's just a big gold helmet, and it wraps around. I mean, I give that. It's just a gorgeous looking book here. And I think there's a collector's edition of it out there too, but I don't have that. So anyway, the cover is elegant and shiny and perfecto. Good job, publisher, for making a spectacular book. First thing I want to say about this book as we get into the review is the cover is as elegant as the writing style and the prose. It's the Madeline Miller here. Her writing is sharp, concise, reminds me a lot of Bernard Cornwell, my favorite of all time historical fiction writer. She was just every bit as good as Bernard Cornwell, and he's on a level up here for me, and she just leapt right up there too. If Bernard Cornwell was to write a book about Homer's The Iliad and make it a historical novel, this is what he would do. But I think Madeline Miller even went above and beyond and made her writing even a touch more beautiful, which is high praise for me, because Bernard Cornwell can do no wrong, and as far as I can tell, this Madeline Miller can do no wrong either. Just a few short, effortless sentences and words and little bits of paragraphs and dialogue, she conveys so much power and the grand themes that can just come out in her writing in just so few words. It's just magical. I wish I had that talent. I mean, I write massive 1,000-page novels, and this lady can say in one paragraph what it takes me an entire 1,000-page novel to convey. So, I mean, my God, sometimes, when I would read Guy Gavriel Kay novels, I would always, this compares to Guy Gavriel Kay, that beauty of his writing. Whenever I read authors like this, I just want to throw in the towel and give up my own writing career, because I'll never, ever be able to compete, match, or come close to the brilliance of some of these authors. So, what's the story about? Well, it's kind of a retelling of Homer's The Iliad. And I actually, because of this book, bought Homer's The Iliad and Odyssey just to see what that's like. It got me interested in that. Also, if you've seen the movie Troy with Brad Pitt and Orlando Bloom and all those people, it's kind of, that's the story we're getting here. It's about Achilles and how the Helen was stolen by Paris and whisked away from her husband, and she had the face that launched 1,000 ships to go get her back in a big war that lasted forever with Agamemnon and Achilles and all the different characters that go along with that epic ancient tale. And she tells that story in this book, The Song of Achilles. The book is told to us from the character named Patroclus. I don't know how to pronounce any of this stuff except for Achilles, because everybody can pronounce Achilles, because we all have our own Achilles. Well, two. Most of us have two. Aaron Rodgers had a broken one, torn one for a minute. Anyway, we were not talking about him. We're talking about Patroclus. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, he is a awkward young prince exiled from home after a violent act that happens, and he is sent away to live with other people because his father banishes him. So he goes to live with these other people, and that's where he meets Achilles. And the first part of the book, the magic of the first part of the book, is watching these two opposites. Awkward Patroclus, who is narrating the story, and this godlike figure of Achilles, and they become friends. And watching these two forge their friendship, an unbreakable bond forms between them initially. And that's the magic that draws you into the beginning of this epic tale of adventure and war and drama and characters just back and forth, and the dialogue it's just the relationship between these two characters is the pulsating heart of this story, as their friendship grows into more and more and deeper, and then they go into war, and the war scenes are just immaculately described, impeccably described, crystal clear. You're on the battlefield with these characters all the time. You feel their pain. You see how dominant Achilles can be on the battlefield. And that's not a spoiler for the book. Everybody knows that Achilles is the biggest, most brilliant, godlike warrior ever to live. And so that's not a spoiler. And we go through the whole story of the Iliad until, at least the Achilles part of the story, which, oh my God, holy shit. Just, this book blew me away. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to give away the ending. Anybody who knows the story of the Iliad and Achilles knows the ending, but I ain't going to mention it here. If you've seen the movie Troy, you know how it goes. All of those set pieces are here in this book. Achilles' duel with Hector, Achilles' duel with many other characters. The characters that go, and the character that goes out and pretends to be Achilles, to fool the other armies. Paris and the bow and arrow, and Helen and her beauty, and Agamemnon and his leading of the armies and his just unbending, brutal will. All of that's in this book, and it's only 400 pages. My God, it could have been 10,000 pages, and I would have read every word of it. That's how. But then again, if it was 10,000 pages, it would have been wordy like my horseshit books, and it wouldn't have been the elegant piece of artwork that Madeline Miller has created for us. And I think that part of the magic of the book is her brevity, and her just effortless writing style that just conveys so much information in so little space. And just a sentence or two, and she paints the picture of the battlefield. Just a sentence or two, and she paints the picture of the oceans off the coast of Greece, or wherever the hell this took place. Greece. It's the Greek. The Iliad is the whole Greek mythology. That's Greece. And then there's magical creatures into. I didn't even mention the magical creatures, but it is a retelling of the Iliad, which does have like centaurs and different things in it. Anyway, my God, I've been on a winning streak lately with the books I've been reading, like with the newest Joe Hill, King Sorrow, and then The Count of Monte Cristo, which I reread after like 30 some odd years and blown away. And then this one, I mean, all three of them were just top tier. So, I mean, yeah, this is a 10 out of 10. There's no doubt about that. And I can't wait to read her next book that I bought of hers. And then thumb through the actual book Iliad by Homer, just because I mean, I've never picked that. I don't know anything about it, just to be straightforward. I mean, I don't know nothing about it. Holy cow. Took my breath away. I read it. I literally opened it up at about 11 o'clock at night one night, and I didn't stop reading till 5 a.m. until it was over, and I was breathless the whole time. And I was in awe of how great it was and how good the writing was. I was taking notes of how to be a better writer. Anyway, that is my review of the Song of Achilles.